Hundreds of military-aged Chinese men headed toward the U.S. Anthony Rubin owns muckraker.com, took that video and joins me now. Anthony, thanks for being here. Why are they coming? Are they seeking no problem. Why are they coming? Are they seeking asylum or something potentially more nefarious?
I mean, listen, I'm not here to speculate. I'm going to let your audience watch the video and you guys can come to your own conclusion. I don't really want to get into all that, but the video speaks for itself. I think I put up two of, showing the line of these military-age males that are lining up to get on these buses to come up here. That's happening every day, multiple times a day down there. So, again, I'm not going to speculate. If you have a more specific question, we can get into that. It certainly doesn't look good. I'll tell you that much. Certainly doesn't look good.
Just from a geography perspective, I'll press you on that. If they wanted to come to America, which is here, from China, which is here, why would they come through Latin America, which is all the way down there, and much more indirect?
Right. So, I mean, this would be for people who can't fly into the U.S. directly. So what they do is they get on a flight and they fly into some South American country. Then from there, they would go to Colombia. They would go across the jungle, pop out in Panama, and then they would head up to the United States. But this is going to be for people that can't fly into the U.S. directly, because you're correct. It wouldn't make sense. You'd rather just fly into the U.S. and overstay your visa. This is for people that don't have that access for whatever reason.
From January to March, there were 2,200 Chinese migrants who crossed the Darien Gap. In the same 3-month span last year, only 71 Chinese migrants were recorded crossing the gap. Why do you, in your individual capacity, fear these individuals? Or do you fear these individuals are going to do something?
Well, let's put it this way. I do think that there's people that are in these groups that are probably legitimately trying to get over here that are good people. I mean, that's for sure. But here's what you have to keep in mind, right? The Communist Chinese Party, that's a very powerful group abroad. When you see these videos, you see that these people do not want their face on camera. Now, for me, there's two possible scenarios there, right? Either number one, they are foreign actors that are coming over here for nefarious reasons, right? Number two, these are people that are afraid of some sort of retribution by the Communist Chinese Party. Now, obviously, if it's number one, that's a big problem. We don't even have to get into that. That's obvious why that's an issue, right? If it's number two, well, then what does that mean? That means that these people are going to be beholden to the Communist Chinese Party once they're in here. Oh, you're in the United States. OK, well, we're going to threaten your friends and family back home in China unless you do X, Y, and Z. You see what I'm saying? So either way, it's still a Trojan horse. So that's the way I see it. So either way, it's very dangerous. I mean, you can't allow this to just continue and have all these people pouring across the border. I mean, it just will not work.
You also spoke to a lot of these individuals, and the following video shows the Chinese version of TikTok, Douyin, showing its anti-American propaganda. You talked to them about it. Let's watch all this.
Is something bad, or what is this?
Yes, bad news.
What does it say?
Almost no allies supports America to hold section on China. It means the U.S. starting new opium war.
Okay, so that's you showing these individuals Douyin and going over it with them. If America's so bad, why do they want to come here?
That's a very good question. You should ask them. I'll tell you what, the migrant who showed me that video right now is in Nicaragua. He's probably going to be in here in about 2 weeks. So if you want, I could follow up with him when he gets in here. We'll ask him.
Please do.
But that's a very good question. Again, this is why it's a very, very dangerous situation. And it's not just China. I mean, there's people from over 100 countries that are pouring up here. And yeah, you would ask yourself why they're coming in here. Some people are looking for a better life. That's for sure. I'm not denying that. Others, again, looking very sketchy, a little bit strange. Put it lightly.
Sure. In talking to these individuals and watching that video, do you get the sense that that is what the average Chinese citizen, thanks to the efforts of the CCP, thinks about Americans?
It's kind of hard to say, because I did speak to a lot of them, and some of them do say that it's propaganda. But again, I don't even know if that's a Communist Chinese talking point. You know what I mean? That when you start talking to the Americans, go say X, Y, and Z and say that we don't believe this propaganda. I'm not really too sure. I think that it's hit or miss. I think certainly some of them are having that viewpoint, the ones that buy into that. Some of them maybe see past it.
Let's remember, while they're watching that, We're watching dancing videos and ridiculous challenges that make us dumber and really hurt us as a country, yet they're learning about the ills of us and yet nevertheless still coming here. A lot of questions raised. Anthony Rubin, we appreciate you raising those questions.